My content is intended to be used and must be used for educational purposes only. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research any information you find from my videos that you wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. All right, we got April 5th. It is a Friday. We had the weekly close today. So that is always exciting. We had that huge sell-off yesterday, just basically across the board, and then today was actually some good relative strength across the board after yesterday's sell-off. So we're going to be going through some technical analysis, and I'm going to be going through the current trades that I'm in and what I'm looking for, and then maybe just recap the week. But I haven't gone through my screener yet, and I'll be looking for new trades coming up for next week here tomorrow likely, and then I'll be posting a video on Sunday kind of highlighting what I'm watching for next week. So that is a plan for today's video. If you could take a second to give a thumbs up on the video, like it, and comment, that would be very much appreciated. Any stock ticker recommendations in the comments is very much recommended, and I appreciate you watching this video. So let's get right into it. First one we're going to be talking about is MCHP. So MCHP had a pretty nice bullish response today. I did end up closing MCHP for this reasoning, so it did not break my stop. We do still have a bullish structure on the daily technically, so this is what I was talking about. We do have a bullish structure on the daily. Now this could certainly double bottom and continue higher, but this could also make a new lower high right here and then fail it and then close lower. So why did I close this specific trade? It basically has to do with this. I really wanted this to see, I wanted to see a weekly close above 88, and we didn't get that. So since we didn't get a weekly close above 88, the weekly structure is now probably just consolidating. I mean, it's technically bearish. We did take out this previous higher high. So here's your higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we failed. We failed it this week, and then we did have a decent sell-off. So I just don't think it's ready on the weekly, and then I didn't love the volume profile support. It just didn't look like we have a ton of support until we get to about 84. So didn't really care to be in this anymore after this weekly broke down. Now on the daily, it could have some short-term bullishness, but I just think on the weekly, this is kind of a no bueno. So that is why I did close MCHP. Now, just because it did create a bearish structure doesn't necessarily mean I'd be looking to exit. Now, if this was creating a bearish structure back in like this volume profile shelf down here where we have areas of large support, or even obviously down here at the volume profile point of control, I wouldn't necessarily consider closing just because of the bearish structure, but I did here just because, you know, the EMAs are semi-extended here in the weekly, and we don't have a ton of volume profile support, so that is exactly why I did end up closing MCHP today. So not terrible. I just don't want to be fighting this, and then I think this is likely gonna fail support and then come back down. But yeah, that's my reasoning behind MCHP. Blackstone, I did end up holding Blackstone. I talked about wanting to close Blackstone today, but I did not for a few reasons. Reason number one was the weekly is still in a bullish structure. So if anything, this week was the retest of the breakout. So here's our breakout last week, and then right now we still do have a bullish structure on the weekly. So, and we did have a decent bottom wick right there, so I kept it on the weekly. And then I also kept it because we did create a new bullish structure on the daily, surprisingly. We created, so here's our lower high, and then we created a new. We're going to need to get through this area for sure. That's going to be bearish right there, but we did have a bullish structure on the daily and weekly, so I was okay, I'll keep it, but not loving this position, honestly. We are pretty extended from the EMAs now. This does look a good breakout on the weekly if we go through like here and then back through here. We were kind of trading within this wedge for quite some time, so let's get those EMAs off to see them a little bit better. But we were trading within this wedge for quite some time, and then we did close higher last week, so this could just be a retest of that breakout. So who knows? I mean, I don't necessarily hate it. I just yeah, that's why I ended up keeping Blackstone. It's just not great, you know. We'll see if it can retain any bullishness heading into next week. I think my stop on this stop is going to be a close below today's low. So today, or wherever, or excuse me, where yesterday closed. So yesterday closed right here at 126.01. So that'll be my stop. 126.01 will be my stop on this name. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. Pretty extended from the EMAs. Not sure how much upside, continued upside, we'll get. So yeah. Let's go take a look at FCX. FCX, I did end up closing about half of my position today. I certainly wanted to keep on another half. I ended up closing in a half just because we did have our first sign of a real bearishness right here. We have a very large high volume sell candle right there. And then a little note about that is just because, yes, it was a very large sell candle. Yes, the volume tells me that institutions did sell out right here. We're likely, I mean, it doesn't reverse right away. We're likely probably going to create some kind of rising wedge and then it'll reverse back down. So this thing is not being stopped in like 1 or 2 candles. I mean, this has been a very bullish run up right here. So looking for maybe a little bit more upside, and then that structure break is when I'll be end up closing my FCX fully. PCG had an awesome day. I did end up entering a PCG for a little bit more towards the close. It ended up holding all of the EMAs, and it ended up creating this nice bull flag look with yeah, I mean, you literally can't ask for a nicer setup right here. This looks awesome. I mean, you have your high volume break resistance right there. Here's your volume to pair. Here's your low volume pullback. And then here's buyer stepping in again today when we're back at demand, creating an A+ buying volume and A+ candle right there. I mean, that looks awesome. So PCG, nice job. Probably going to be a nice winner next week. So I did enter a little bit more on today's close on PCG. So we are in for full size on PCG. IYR we did end up keeping, so this is a little bit different from MCHP in the fact that yes, this did create a bearish structure on the weekly, but I do like this volume profile support, and I do like we do have the support of the EMAs right here as well. So we're coming right back into a very large interest area, and I do like how this is setting up. So I did end up, I mean, I am in June contracts on IYR as well. I was on MCHP as well, but I think this is closer to continuing to the upside than MCHP would be. But considerable amount of volume this week. A lot of volume. So and then I mean, today had the highest volume of the three, and then we kind of, these 3 candles were all just kind of in the same area. We had that one big sell-off day right here, and then we gapped down and then had smaller volume on the gap down. So I think this weekly candle looks more bearish than it actually is, but yes, structure is bearish now. So we're likely going to be making some kind of wedge right through here. I mean, we might have, you know, I mean, this could realistically just, you know, break it next week. This could realistically just do this next week. You never know. So I don't mind IYR. I think it's at a much better spot than MCHP would be. So I did end up keeping IYR. Tan, I did end up keeping. I don't love it. I certainly don't love it. I mean, this weekly wedge is just getting extremely tight. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look how tight this weekly wedge is. And I certainly don't hate where we're at. I mean, at first I got till June on these as well, but I mean, this has been, but also like this, I'm kind of fighting trend here, you know, so like the weekly EMAs are coming down. So I was using Tan as like a little bit of a proxy to get exposure into solar, but I think whenever FSLR pulls back, which I do think it will pull back, I think I'll be looking to long FSLR at 160 and maybe closing out of my Tan. I just don't love how Tan moves, and I don't love the contracts. So I do think FSLR is going to pull back here. I mean, here's your reasoning why. I mean, this 4-hour volume is banana lands, and yes, we did close right at it today. But I mean, what? There's no significant volume trying to tell me that we were just going to go break what we just rejected the piss out of at like 178 or 177.50. So I don't think this will be continuing higher. I hope it doesn't, but we will see for sure. So that's FSLR, that's TAN as well. Let's go talk about AMT. AMT, same thing as it ended up actually losing demand today. So I was trying to play, I guess not technically, I mean, this is my zone, but if you think about it, it'd probably just be this high right here. So I mean, it's right there, but AMT, same boat as IYR. And then, I mean, look at the volume we had today. Very, very, very high volume down here. So I really like how AMT is setting up here. It does have a bearish structure on the weekly though. So this might need a little bit for sure. Same thing with IYR. AEP had an awesome daily close today. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. Held the 50 EMA. We've been pretty much flagging down through here. Held previous, I'm just going to delete this one. There's been no reasoning for it, but held previous rejections over here, held demand, and then closed on a pretty much hammer candle on high volume. So A plus AEP, nice job. Weekly looks a little scarier on that, but the daily looks fucking awesome. So nice job, AEP. Next one we got is Duke Energy. Duke Energy, kind of the same line as AEP, ended up holding demand. Nice job. This is flagging a little bit. And then we did have a decent amount of volume today, so nice job, Duke Energy. Decent amount of weekly volume right here, so I could see maybe a little test of 95 right there. Let's see where that'd be on the daily. Maybe a tested 95 and we go. I don't know. We'll see, but I do think this looks really good still. So I do like this. Nice job, Duke Energy. ADI, we're still in. ADI, the big level for me this week. So just like MCHP, I wanted it to hold the level. ADI, I really wanted it to hold this 193.64 so that it did not make a bearish structure. So this is pretty much the same structure as MCHP had, except it did end up holding bullish structure. So MCHP, see how we lost it right there? We lost it right there, and that's your bearish structure. ADI was able to actually recover today, and it was able to maintain that bullish structure of the weekly. So I did end up holding this, so I did like that. But yeah, this thing looks fine. I mean, we'll see what it's got cooking in store for us. I mean, this weekly's getting insanely tight. I just don't, I mean, what? More consolidation? Sure. XBI, I did end up cutting because I just don't think it's ready yet. I think ADI or XBI is kind of right where, you know, FSLR was, or IYR was, you know, maybe even like right here, you know, it needs to go through. I mean, we're even seeing it now, like we're still not leaving the station on IYR. So XBI, I'm front running a little bit. I did end up closing it for that reason. It just needs time. You know, we're finally getting to that sell off now. We're going to need like even just like a rejection to 94, back down, and then continue higher. So we might need like 3 to 4 weeks on biotech here. So that's why I ended up closing that one. But overall, I do think this thing is still very bullish, and this looks awesome. I just think I was front running a little bit, and we didn't. I thought this weekly would hold, and we clearly got that rejection this week, so I did end up selling. Same exact thing on PM. PM, we lost. Well, honestly, this broke my thesis today. This looks more like a Head and Shoulders now. So, yeah, PM is gone. That was a poor trade. But I mean, yeah, didn't wait for confirmation. Didn't wait for above the averages. So, yeah, poor trade overall. But that'll probably wrap it up for me this week. I think Coke. Let's see how it did. It did end up holding demand a little bit. Oh, did it retain bullish structure? Did it make a double bottom? I mean, kind of. Just barely. Coca-Cola. How'd you do on the daily? Not great. I don't love it. This would need some bullish reaction or something. Yeah, I know that doesn't look great. Don't like that. I wanted Lockheed Martin, not LATAM Airlines. I wanted Lockheed Martin. I wanted this to come down a little bit more, and it just didn't, so it didn't give it to us. But yeah, no, whenever this does pull back, I'm hoping we reject. Let's turn on the volume profile, see where we're going to reject. I'm hoping we reject like 460, 467 right here. I'm hoping to reject 467, come back down to the volume profile, wait for those EMAs to recoup and recoil back to this volume profile, and this thing is going to look sexy as hell. This is going to look like a great trade in about 3 weeks. But that's Lockheed Martin. DocuSign, I wanted to DocuSign. It is somehow still within this. DocuSign, I do not care. I needed it to come back down for me. It doesn't look like it's going to do it. Whenever this decides to retest 55, whenever this decides DocuSign 55, sign me up, please. Sign me up, please. You're not there yet, buddy. No trades yet for DocuSign. Put that right there. DocuSign at 55. Yes, please. I don't think there was anything else I was looking at. I need to go through my screener and look at different trades for this week. Some of my notes. Texas Instruments. Nice sell-off this week. So this is looking awesome for whenever it does decide it wants to get going again. Okay, rejected the volume profile. This doesn't look great now. Okay, Texas Instruments says a no bueno. Verizon, I wanted to pull back. Oh, we might get a pullback on Verizon. Come back down, Verizon. What'd you do today? Not a super high volume sell-off, to be honest. It's somewhat of a pullback. Not great. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. I think that'll be it. CFC. Okay, this one I am interested. Nice kind of SR flip here. That was a high volume sell off this week. I mean, this weekly candle had more volume than this one. Let's go take a look. Nice little, head and shoulders going on. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look bad though. Oh, doesn't look bad though. Huh. Very interesting. I'll have to be watching this one. It doesn't look great. Oh, okay, I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of mixed. I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. AT&T, one more. AT&T, we're finally starting to kind of get the pullback. It's kind of looking way more gross now, and a double top. Not loving that. Kind of a weird weekly candle right there. Yeah, very weird weekly candle. Weird weekly candles last week. With that shorter week, we just had low volume weeklies across the board. It kind of sucked and messed me up this week, but that'll wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you so much, and have a great rest of your day.